Hello and thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel, Pickleball Pick Apart. My name is Rory. I take pickleball games off of YouTube and I pick apart the play on the court. Watching my videos will help make you a better pickleball player. In this video, 3.0 players making mistakes that I see 3.0 players make. The good news, the mistakes are easily correctable. Take a look and see if you notice what they need to do to get better. I noticed, and I'm going to point out exactly what the solution is. That way, if they take my advice, one day they'll move up in skill level. If not, they'll continue to do what they did in this game, and they will forever be 3.0 players. Take a look and let me know what you think by leaving a comment in the comments section below. A big thank you to the YouTube channel Sam Eric for posting this video. Check it out and subscribe. Let's go.
This game was played in Chino Hills, California. Here are the players. The player serving is Eric. His partner is Lamar in the back court. The player with the backwards cap is Mike, and his partner in blue is Robert. I don't think they've ever played each other before because they just introduced themselves. Here comes the first serve. It's a good deep serve, and he hits it right into the net. I think it was partly due to the fact that Mike was on the service line when he tried to return that ball. Eric hit a very deep serve, and Mike had to back up when he hit it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, so let's go back and take a look. Yep, see what he's doing? He's backing way up here to hit it, and the ball hits the bottom of the net. Now, when you are playing against players you have never played against before, you have to be able to quickly figure out just how they play. So Mike should have learned from that serve that Eric likes to serve the ball deep. So that means Mike should stand 2 or 3 feet behind the service line instead of on it. That was not a deep serve. That was more of a shallow serve. Let's see what happens here. And if you will notice what Eric did after he served that ball, he has snuck into the court, as has his partner Lamar. They should stay behind the service line here. Maybe Robert notices that, and maybe he'll be able to hit this ball really deep and make either Eric or Lamar back up when hitting it. No, he doesn't. Instead, he cannot even get the return of serve over the net, so that is a free point for Eric and Lamar. Eric and Lamar have 2 points, and they have done absolutely nothing to earn them. All they have done is serve the ball, and Mike and Robert have both failed to hit a return of serve into the court. Another deep serve, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that Mike got that return of serve back because it was hit to his backhand. That was a very good serve by Eric. Let's see what Lamar can do with the ball. I'm thinking at the 3.0 level, all he is going to be able to do is drive this ball. Yep, exactly. And that was really not that bad of a shot, but there was a huge mistake that Mike made on the back end, and we'll go take a look at that. And in that instance, Robert cannot get the ball back over the net. But here's a very common mistake that is very easily correctable that a lot of 3.0 players make, and that is they think they can win from the back of the court, so they fail to move forward after hitting a return of serve. Here's a perfect example. Watch what Mike does. Here's a return of serve, and he stays at the back of the court. He should be next to his partner Robert at the non-volley zone. He is not. If he would have been, he could have taken this out of the air. Instead, he has to let it bounce, and the point is over. So what Eric and Lamar need to learn from this is that more than likely when they hit a serve to Mike, Mike is going to stay at the back of the court. So that allows Eric and Lamar to continue to hit the ball to Mike at the back of the court instead of hitting it to Robert, who is established at the non-volley zone. Let's see if Robert moves forward after hitting the return of serve. Okay, so look at this big mistake here. It may not look like much, but look where Mike is standing. Mike is standing in the transition zone. He should be standing all the way at the non-volley zone. You may not think that makes a big difference, but believe me, it makes a huge difference. When receiving the ball, one player should be all the way at the non-volley zone, and Mike is not. Now he sneaks up there, and there is a missed third shot drive. 3.0 players think they can overpower their opponents with the third shot drive, and a lot of them hit 50% or more into the net, like Eric just hit that one.
A quick timeout to tell you about my online pickleball store, pickleballprintables.com, where you will find the coolest pickleball swag on the planet. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tumblers, totes, caps, and Kiss Cut stickers. 65 clear, crisp, and clean designs to choose from. Use the coupon code YouTube and get 10% off your first order. Dink in style. Go to www.pickleballprintables.com or click the link in the description below.
Okay, there you go. So that's just a huge mistake by Eric, and watch what it is. Robert takes a full swing here. Watch where the ball is, and watch what Eric does. Look at this. Anytime you have to jump 2 feet off the ground to hit a return, you've got to know the ball is going over your head. So just let it fly out of the court. There's a good possibility that ball would have hit the fence behind the court, but instead, Eric makes the poor choice of jumping up to hit this ball, and he hits it out of the court. So he not only made one mistake, he made two. And in that instance, maybe Mike and Robert should have gotten 2 points because Eric made 2 mistakes. That's a good serve, and that's a good return. And look at this. Again, 3.0 players who only have the ability to drive the ball, and sometimes you will see them hit more than 50% of their third shot drives out of the court. And there's a serve that does not even land inside the court. That's another mistake, is that 3.0 players sometimes think they can actually hit an ace serve. 95% of the time, that is not going to happen. Just get your serves into the court. I want you to watch what Lamar does here. Look how he's holding his paddle. This is how a pickleball paddle should be held. But watch what happens before he serves the ball. I mean, his paddle position in his hand is perfect, but watch this. Before serving, he changes his hand position, and he now has it in a position that is not effective. If he wants to improve as a pickleball player, there's no way that I think he can do it holding the paddle like this. It takes all the lag off. It takes all of the whip off. It takes the power away from the paddle. Very, very poor decision to hold a pickleball paddle like this when he held it perfectly before moving his hand up. And what does he do? Of course, he hits it right into the net. I call these players 3.0. I have no idea what their dupers are. No, as a matter of fact, I looked up Eric's duper, and he is not rated. So there's a good possibility these players are not even at the 3.0 level. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think. I don't know what that was by Lamar. Okay, that was some kind of backhand. And why did Robert miss that shot, or why was he not able to defend it? Watch what happens. Here comes the shot. Look at Robert. Look where his paddle is. It is at his knees. These players are only about 15 feet away from each other. And when your paddle is at your knees instead of out high in front of you, you have very little time to react. And that is exactly what happens here. Not quick enough to get his paddle in position to defend that ball because he had it at his knees, as opposed to having it up at his chest and out in front of him. A very easily correctable mistake. And there's another mistake. That's 3 missed serves now. Pickleball is not that difficult, especially a serve. It's very easy to get your serve into the court, and these players are having difficulty doing it. Third shot drive right here. That was going out of the court. And again, Eric makes the poor decision of putting his paddle up and hitting that ball. And that's out of the court. Finally, they let it fly out. So again, like I mentioned, when you are playing against players you've never played before, you've got to understand their tendencies. And Mike and Robert's tendency is to swing as hard as they can and hit it out of the court. That means Eric and Lamar, when they see them taking a full swing, should just turn their bodies and let the ball fly out. Instead, they're putting their paddles up and hitting the ball. And there's another misserve. So again, I mentioned this was 3.0 in my introduction. I'm now highly doubting that it is. Here comes a return of serve. Okay, let's stop it right here. You can already see what Robert is doing incorrectly. He stayed at the back of the court. Big mistake. Mike decides to poach it. That is not a bad idea. He just missed it. That was a good get there by Lamar. A pop up and put away. That was some athleticism there that he showed on the court by going and get that ball. Good hustle. There you go. Look where he is at the back of the court because he did not move forward after returning a serve. I'm telling you, as soon as the ball hits your paddle after returning a serve, move forward. This ball is going to be popped up, giving Eric and Lamar an opportunity to keep the player at the back of the court at the back of the court. And he hits it out of the court. That's out of the court. If you're a 3.0 player, don't do what he just did. I mean, there's no reason to try to put this much slice spin on a ball at this level. That's because many times this is what will happen. It'll go right out of the court. Just get the return of serve into the court. It's so easy to do. Okay, so now I'm pretty convinced that Mike and Robert are 2.5 players. Not only are their skills at the 2.5 level, their knowledge of the game is at the 2.5 level as well. And there's that slice spin again. Now, there's a good possibility Eric is going to have a difficult time getting this ball over the net. A player at the 3.5 level or 4.0 level will have no difficulty doing this. But the ball has a lot of spin on it. But again, look where the player in black is. He's at the back of the court. Eric should hit it to him. He did. That's a really good job. Pop straight up and put away. Why was it pop straight up? Because probably Mike and Robert have no conception of what a third shot drop is. Okay, so now he's going to try a backhand serve because he wants to put as much slice spin as he can on it. And that time it worked because the player returning it doesn't have the ability to handle a slice serve like that. Goodbye. Hits the top of the net and falls into the court. Yeah, that's all he can do is just get the ball over the net. At this point, he's probably very early on in his pickleball journey, and he hasn't taken the time to understand how to properly play the game. And that's a good put away. That was just not a good shot by Eric. They had control of the point because their opponents were at the back of the court and could not get the job done. Oh, my goodness. They're going to go to lobs now. That one worked. That one worked. Hit another lob. Okay. Let's go lollipop lobs, and that's what happens a lot of times. They're very easily put away. Robert should be thankful he didn't get hurt. The score is 10-2. Eric and Lamar are leading, and I think it's mostly because they understand how to play the game better than Mike and Robert do. If Mike and Robert were playing against higher level players, I think there's a good chance they don't even score a point. Okay, so the game ends on a ball that was flying out of the court. That would have been in Mike and Robert's favor, but he doesn't understand that when the ball is hit at your head and you're standing at the non-volley zone to let it go out. So he put his paddle up and he promptly hit it into the bottom of the net.
So there you have it. perfect examples of mistakes some lower level players make. I think a lot of the mistakes were made because they do not have a sound understanding of proper pickleball play, such as being properly positioned on the court. It seems to me these players stepped on the court with their only goal being to hit the ball over the net. There's more to pickleball than just that. That's it from Pickleball Pick Apart. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and that you learned something from it. If you did, I hope you take the time to like it, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. This is Rory saying, as always, thanks for watching and see you on the court.